Welcome to another episode of The Scary Show, where we discuss things that keeps you awake at night. Today, I'm at Bidadari with Dee.
Hi guys, I'm Dee Ashburn from Crowded Room Podcast. I'm really happy to be here with you, Europe.
What is one of the first supernatural encounter that you have experienced?
Definitely, I was in my teens. We were all sharing a room, my siblings and I, and we had a double-decker bed. I remember at that point, my sister was very into black metal and she had this pentagram hung up in the room.
Pentagram, to some people, might be a demonic symbol or things like that, right? Okay.
So it was upside down star or some whatever, but yeah, it was definitely looking like a pentagram.
Okay.
I remember waking up. I wasn't awake, by the way. It was like a lucid dream of sorts, right?
In the middle of the night?
In the middle of the night.
Okay.
When I opened my eyes, I know I was in my room, right? Like exactly where I slept and all. So what I saw basically was like a black figure crawling slowly from my feet all the way up to my chest, right? And then it was sitting like this. So basically its face was facing me and it's like hands like this, but staring down at me like that.
In close up?
Close up. I felt hair on my face, my chin. Like, no, not my chin, like my cheeks lah.
Okay.
So I was like, obviously screaming like, but I can't, like, help, like that, you know?
Yeah.
But when I wanted to recite my prayer, I felt a couple of hands came out with, like, I felt sharp fingernails and then spread my mouth out like that. So I can't move my mouth. It was so scary. There was a very, very sharp ringing in my ear, like, ee! I can't explain it, but you know, that it's just that sound. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to recite. I want to use my mouth. I said, okay, I'm just going to recite in my heart.
And you're just staring at...
It was there and that thing was just on top of me. I can't breathe because it was so painful. It felt painful. Whole body was on top of my torso.
Okay.
And then with that fingernails in my mouth, I managed to like snap out of it. And when I woke up, I was in the same freaking position from where I was in that lucid dream.
Yeah.
How I was lying down and stuff was exactly the same. Sometimes you have a bit of light shining through your window, right?
Okay.
So from the wall, I turned to my right, I saw the annoying pentagram.
So you attribute what you experienced could be because of the that symbol.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, is it because of that thing?
So I believe you have shared these stories with a lot of people. But what do they say? Hey, you dreaming lah, you think too much. Like, I mean, these are the normal skeptical thing that people might tell you, right?
My mom would say, you got someone like at night. You know, like, because I sometimes do tell her about this kind of encounters. But she say, yeah, you go out, before you sleep, you never wash your feet. You go out at night, like, you know, mommy say don't go out, you still go out, you sneak out. So maybe you track these things, you know?
Okay.
Of all the things.
Always can use any reason to make you a good child.
Right? At my old house, obviously sometimes we tend to kind of like have a bit of experience being called astral projection.
I heard of astral projection, but I believe it's a very different thing from sleep paralysis.
It's quite similar.
Okay.
It's a process because when you go into sleep paralysis, somewhat is like you are in between being asleep and awake, technically, you know?
Okay.
Because when you open your eyes, by right you are sleeping, but it's not your real eyes opening, it's just your subconscious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. Because I always thought it's your real eyes that open, but then you really physically cannot move. But now that you describe it, yeah, it might be all a while your conscious is the one that is awake, but not your physical body.
Yeah.
That's why you can't move, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I read up a bit about this. To my understanding, like a human body, whatever, our spirit, our soul, our subconscious mind, and our physical body lah. So our physical body is just a vessel, right? So it's whatever that is inside, right? So when we go to sleep, whatever that is inside goes out. So it's just our body, the vessel lah, chilling and sleeping, repairing itself or whatever. When we dream, so basically our soul goes out for an excursion. Sometimes it's just the soul just roaming in between the dimensions, the different dimensions.
And that's astral projection.
Yeah. So with that being said, also in my house, sometimes there are certain energies that maybe could be felt. But they are not bad energies, I must say. The only time that, okay, for me, I cannot really see, but I feel energy in the sense that like, if that place just has a bit of like uncomfortable juju, I can understand. Like I can like, okay, this is a bit
Sometimes people feel goosebumps, feel a
Yeah.
bit cold, temperature drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is like, I don't know how to explain it.
Some people are, I believe, more sensitive
Yes.
to
word.
this dimension.
Between my children, I know my son is someone who is a scaredy cat. Like
You have a son?
I have a son and a daughter.
Okay.
So my son he's 9 this year. My
9 and 2.
daughter in 2, yes,
Okay.
correct. So my daughter she's a bit braver. She can just be in a dark room and not be scared. But for my son, he's really afraid of the dark. In fact, for him, I don't know whether he is the ones that's like me, who's a bit more sensitive to this kind of like energy or vibes or whatever. But he is so afraid to even be in his own room or whatever. It is actually from the start when we stay with my mother-in-law. I don't understand why, but he just said that, he felt a presence or whatever. My daughter, just one very short story, I remember one time we were hanging in the room and then we were playing high five. She's not 2 yet, like turning 2, maybe like that time 18 months, 19 months. So we were hanging on my bed. She asked me for a high five, then I high five her. Then she turned to somewhere empty, high five. I was like, okay, never mind, try again. Maybe this is just like one time lah. So I said, okay, Zara, high five. She high five. And then she turned to the same space again, a exact spot, high five. So I was like, who do you see, Zara? What's that? They said that, no, she just like a high five and at that spot. And it's a corner lah. So with that being said, like, okay, I know maybe this girl can see. Maybe
I think there is some belief that children have eyes for such a thing.
Yeah.
Just like maybe in Chinese belief also dogs can see such a thing. And yeah, I think that is what I exactly called an imaginary friend.
Yeah, probably because there are certain spots in the house when she was a baby, she would smile at. Like, okay, example, she will be crying, but if let's say we put her, this particular spot is in their room, right? So she'll be lying on the table, the changing table. She'll be like, but when she lie there, she will look and then she like smile.
As though she is smiling to someone.
Exact same spot. Maybe she see things, I don't know, but you know, like again, I do believe that children can see this.
She's 2 right now, right?
Yeah, turning 2.
If it's true that they only can see when they're kids, then maybe when they grow up, they might not, they might outgrow it lah.
I did educate my children to say like, look, if this is your house, like every time, if I do feel very funny sometimes at home, whatever, I make like, like how assert dominance to say that this is my place.
So that's how you tell your kids to...
Yeah, and even to myself, that's how I practice it. I can be quite scaredy cat sometimes based on
But
my
have they
experience.
expressed to you, Mama, saya takut?
I don't have.
Okay.
Mommy, I'm scared. Like my son will suddenly run out of the room.
Yeah.
It's like, there's something in the room. So what's in the room? I don't know, something just dropped. Maybe it's the thing dropping. So I scared, Mommy, I scared.
Okay.
Why are you scared? I don't know. No such thing. He's the
You
one.
tell him no such thing.
He's the one who said, I don't know, I'm scared of the no such thing.
I think I really hear that if you are righteous and this is your space, there's nothing you should be afraid of in your own vicinity.
Correct.
And usually they will listen lah.
Usually they don't disturb, but as long as they don't like possess somebody in the house, then fine lah.
Okay, that is another topic for another day. Thank you, Dee, for all your stories today.
been a pleasure.
I heard a lot of stories that I don't hear from normal people. Sleep tight, everyone, if you can. We'll be back with more stories to haunt your dreams. Until then, stay curious, stay cautious, and stay scared.